What is up, everyone? It's OZ back with another video. I know, another tanking video where uh, top DPS, almost top healer. Actually, healer did beat me in healing this time. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about it. I'm relatively new to tanking. I think I've gotten comfortable to the point where I'm not really struggling at all anymore. Before I'd have not was battle taking, but I'd have a few deaths. Razor kind of changed that. A few other tweaks kind of changed that. Um, Added some more DPS type stuff into my loadout that really doesn't hurt my tanking rotation at all. Yeah, all the self heals I've got going on with Blue Lantern powers, Razor. One thing I changed is I added transformation card. So I was thinking, if I wolfpack my transformation card, it'll give me crits magnitude on heals and DPS. And I was like, well, even from a tanking standpoint, I could see as a fire tank especially, I'm relying on big, chunky heals. Having that extra crit healing would really help, and why not? I'll get some extra damage. So as you can see, I kind of changed my rotation around a little bit. I did have my pulls both pulls on one tray, and I kind of went, that's probably part of my problem, is because while I'm setting up my DPS stuff, I don't really have a lot of healing. I had some with Lotus Flower. Yeah, I know that's not its real name, but that's what people are calling it. So I was like, well, let's move the 360 pull down and put it with Lotus Flower and my Magma, which is also a pull. So now I've got 3 pulls on my loadout. And kind of what I'm doing is I'm using one pull to pull them in. So I'll use my 360 pull to pull them in. I'll hit them with Lotus Flower, which knocks them back out, and then I'll use Magma to suck them back in. And what this does is this keeps them from doing a lot of damage because they're getting bounced around. They're getting pulled in, bounced out, pulled back in. So this really keeps them going and allows me to get some heals up, get damage going. Just seems to be working out a whole lot better. And then, and you'll have to excuse me, I'm not good at memorizing all the names of powers anymore. If it was nature, I would know them, but, I haven't fire tanked in a really long time, so I'm just kind of putting powers in that I know what they do. I'm going to do a more specific video on exactly how I have it set up, what arts I'm running, etc., etc. This one I just wanted to kind of show you guys what I'm running, what I'm getting, and kind of what I'm using. I'm still getting a lot of lag. That's concerning. And it seems to be mostly in this raid since the last update. Still getting a lot of lag, but really no problems here. Good troll, didn't have any power issues, didn't have any healing issues. It's amazing what even a average healer can really do to help me concentrate on just tanking and putting up damage. And then Razor, I just can't speak enough about how good Razor is. It is by far the most overpowered art we have in the game, and that's just fact. You can argue Pages, you can argue Omega, this is putting up more damage than Omega when it procs, I'll tell you that. And if you take into consideration, you got to get 10 powers up to get Omega to proc full, this might be hitting about as often as Omega, to be honest with you. I see the big mistake people making with this new artifact, in my opinion. I could be wrong. Just reading it and what it does is putting out damage and heals is going to reduce your cooldown. and I'm seeing a lot of DPS not running any kind of healing powers. And as strong as this is proccing, especially on DPS, because as good as it's proccing on my tank, it procs that much better on my DPS. As strong as this is hitting, you're really not helping yourself by putting at least one healer move into your rotation and use it as a clip. And everybody has some kind of healer move in their rotation for the most part. I don't know about trolls. I haven't been a troll power in a really long time. But hell, magma would heal yourself. That would help. Well, no, that's only if you're tank. Shit. Um, yeah, I'm not so sure about all the powers. All healing and almost all tanks have some kind of healing power. Um, oh, there's one. Hope Wave. So Hope Wave, if you get it all the way to the third hit, which I would be because it hits so hard, you're going to put a heal out to the group. So that would be one way you can help it proc more. You could use this blue, little blue circle. Forgot what it's called. It's got a really long cooldown, but I'm using it on tank just because I'm fire, and it's just another set of heals I can get. So I like it. But I really think the DPS are kind of missing out by not putting some kind of heal in the rotation. So if you're not doing that, experiment with it, mess with it, see if you get more procs that way. My testing has shown, yes, it seems to be giving out more procs when I'm giving out heals not only to myself, but to other people. I don't know exactly how it works. I don't know if you need a certain number of heals and a certain number of damage to get that 10% reduction, or that 10-second reduction every 5 seconds. But I seem to be getting a lot of procs as a tank. And I'm putting out a lot of heals to myself as a fire tank, and I have several powers that's healing the group as well. And that's why you're seeing me as a tank not only be top DPS, but also top healer. So keep that in mind. I'm also healing the group quite a bit, and that's part of the reason I'm probably getting a lot of procs off. Another reason I think I'm really excelling in damage, there's a really great proc right there. Had that whole group there, and I just disintegrated them like that. I think part of the reason that tanks, I really mess up here by not grabbing that ad in the background, but I had a lot of ads on me. I think part of the reason tanks are doing so well with damage right now is we have moves that can do damage now, and we have control over bringing the ads in all around us. So we have all these powers that are hitting in a 360 rotation or a 360 degree, and we're hitting everything. And that includes Razor. Razor hits 360. So as you'll see in this video, if you're watching it and not just listening to it, you'll see that I've got a whole group of ads around me, and when that procs, I'm hitting everything, and it's not splitting damage. And I wish I could say it's my awesome tanking skills. It's not. I'm still a very newbie tank. I still don't always grab, like I see there's ads off to the left there, and I still got to work on getting ads faster. I don't like that I have an ad back there by my healer, but I'll be honest, in the heat of battle here, I'm just trying my best to stay alive. Now, I seem to be doing a much better job at that, especially since I moved my pull onto my other tray, and I'm putting it with my DPS powers to get that big heal from the pull. That really seems to have helped. So I'm still developing my loadout, but I think it's pretty close to there. I really like what I got going on with this rotation right now. And trust me when I say my tanking is very much a rotation. I know a lot of tanks, the better tanks than me, tanks that are much, much better than me. They are real good at doing counters and doing the PvP mechanics of tanking. I've never been a good PvPer. That's always been one of my weak points. Almost every PvP feat I have has been a lot of help by, past leagues, past group members that really helped me get those feats because I'm not that great of a PvPer. It was never my thing. Doing the predictive counters and stuff like that, and I'm not good at doing it as a tank. Um, so I've pretty much just accepted I'm going to get tossed around a little bit, and that's not always ideal, and I'm going to stick to my rotation. And my rotation is more so on keeping ads juggled and moving and pulled in, pulled out, that kind of thing. And that seems to be working halfway decently well for me. Um, I get several compliments that, really good tanking, so I appreciate that. I'm sure there's some experienced tanks that are watching me going, yeah, you're putting up lots of damage, but you're not the greatest tank in the world. Be the first one to admit it. But I am enjoying being able to just jump into the fray. Um, and honestly, fire tanking, especially with this rotation, is just really reminding me of healing. It is a fire tank, kind of here. I messed up. Sorry, I keep interrupting myself, but I need to get over there and get those ads faster. I was trying to group those together so they didn't stray on me, but in the meantime, I got ads on the other side. And I started to really lag here and struggle a little bit with, oh shit, am I going to die? So, you get a little power spammy because you don't know how much damage you're taking. You can see right there, you can see I froze a bit. Um, but it's a lot of fun. Um, look out for my next video. I might do it right after this where I explain my thinking, my art setup, my ally setup. I'm not running traditional tank. I guess Mr. Freeze could be somewhat considered a tank ally, but I'm running more of a battle tank. And you're going to look at my arts and go, huh, that's kind of iffy there. That's not strictly tank. But as you can see, my health is doing just fine. I'm getting plenty of heals, and as a fire tank, heals are important. That's kind of your bread and butter. That's your strength. Even though we do have a ton of shields we can use these days, which I do. I do. I am running 2 shields right now, and that's also DPS minded, to be honest with you, because I'm doing the little Mr. Freeze, little devil, snow devil things that come out, and you can get up to 3 of them is when you pop a shield and get hit. Although, having the extra shields is nice. That's also part of the thinking and using those. So you'll see in this raid, I didn't have any deaths. I really never came close to death. Not anywhere close. I'm currently 508 CR, so I still got a lot of stats to add into this. So I only expect this to go up. As a tank, I run quite a bit, doing a lot of experimenting, a lot of testing. Testing on dummies only gets you so far, and it really seems like testing on dummies in this tank role only gets me so far. Because my parses are okayish. They're not anything to write home about. Just against the sparring dummies. Huge lag there. But let me tell you, when I get in the raid, it's a whole different story. I'm getting huge damage in the raids. But when I just do a straight rotation without interruption, blah, 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 on the test dummies, it's average. It's nowhere near what my DPS puts up. My nature DPS is, I'm getting basically parses in the 70k range that spike up to 100,000 range. I'm going to be doing a video on that soon, too. My new nature DPS loadout, because it has changed a little bit. So, hope you enjoy it. The video's just about over. Really enjoying it. Look forward to the next video where I really break down and explain what I'm doing, how I'm getting 1 billion plus damage out in 15 minutes. It doesn't hurt. See, we're 15 minutes on the mark, 16 minutes on the mark here. Doesn't hurt that you only had 1 DPS in there really doing damage. Some of that is me stealing the damage, though. So, have a good one, and Oozy out. See you guys in the next video where I explain all this stuff.